Ever think about how insanely lucky it is for you to exist? Because your parents could have actually had you at a different time or even with someone completely different. If they'd waited a few days or made maybe one tiny decision differently, you wouldn't exist. This is called the non-identity problem, and it messes how we think about morality. Let's say the government makes a decision that will harm the planet 200 years from now. That would be pretty bad, right? But here's the twist. Those future people in the mess that we create might actually have never existed if we had made a different decision today. For example, if we had cleaner energy or different policies, completely different people would have been born. So can we really say we would harm them? After all, without that bad choice, they would never exist. It's not like we made them worse off. We just made different people entirely. Some philosophers like David Boonen say you can't harm someone by bringing them into existence, because the alternative, not existing, isn't something that we can compare. In other words, if you didn't exist, you wouldn't be around to miss anything. Being born in a life with pain is supposedly better than not being born at all. But philosophers say no, that logic is actually very dangerous, because it assumes that existence is always better, and just have been created justifies whatever pain you suffer after. That's like saying if I gave birth to someone and their entire life was pain and misery, it doesn't matter because they wouldn't have existed otherwise. But once that person is born, they exist. They can feel pain. It's like how we blame companies for dumping toxins into water that affects people decades later. It boils down to one question. Can you harm someone by bringing them into existence? If you can't, then it is morally fine. But if you can and non-existence doesn't harm anyone, then every act of creation comes with a risk of unnecessary harm. How could something be morally wrong if nobody is harmed? This all raises a wild question. Do we owe anything to people that don't exist yet? And if they only exist because we made a bad choice, was it really wrong?